This is known as a top shot. It's one of the most shocking and visual card productions you can perform. Created by the one and only Lennart, this is my go-to move whenever I want to create a strong reaction in my audience while performing card magic. Hi, my name is Josep Vidal, and for the last 16 years I've been learning, creating and performing magic all around the world. And in this video I will not only show you how to perform this great card production in no time, but also I'll be teaching you the personal variations I like to do that will make your card magic look more visual and more professional. So if this sounds good to you, get your deck of cards, sit down, let's get into it. Today I'm very happy to announce that we have reached the 1,000 subscribers. This is crazy because just 2 days ago we were celebrating the 500 and now we're already here. This is going faster than expected, and this is all thanks to you. So from my side, I want to thank you all so much for your feedback, your support, for watching, for liking, for everything you did so far. This is helping me a lot to make this community and this project grow. And now that we are here, why not going for the 5K? So if you like cardistry, magic, or performing in general, or would like to help this community grow even faster, please consider liking, subscribing, and most important, watching this tutorial till the end. Again, thank you so much for your support. And now, with any further ado, let's move on to the tutorial. To perform the top shot, it will be key for us to understand all the little details and actions that both hands are performing. Especially for this tutorial, there's a lot going on with the left hand, as we will see later. So what I'm going to be doing is to break down the actions on both hands so we can understand and fully grasp all the details from each roll, and then putting all in a sequence so we get a good understanding on how the whole move works, so we can practice it over and over until we are confident and perform it accordingly. So starting with the hand that will initiate the move, being in my case the left one, something I will always recommend is to start with a fully square deck. Even though I have many years performing this card production, if the deck is not fully square, something I'm very challenged to is to produce it in a controlled way. So always I make sure that I start from a position that it's fully square like so. Something you can do is to already start from a mechanics grip and then change the grip like so, that we will see later all the details about it. Or something I sometimes do, because I'm more focused on the presentation, is to just help myself with the right hand, so I'm already putting the deck as it should on my left hand, so I'm ready to start the move confidently. So now talking about the grip of the hand that will initiate the move, as you can see, we have it in this position like so. This grip will be mostly sustained by the base of your thumb along with the tip, and also the tip of your index finger. This later we'll see this will act as a pivot point that will allow the card then to be shot as the way we're gonna do with the top shot. And after that, once we are confident with this position, what we're gonna add is a third finger that will be the pinky. This will be the finger that will be in charge not only to create the tension needed, but also to drag the top card out in a way that will force it to get shot like so. To do that, first we need to understand the way in which we're gonna wrap the deck around with it like so, making sure that the tip of our pinky is contacting the top card like so. And basically the dragging motion will be just pressing against the base of our thumb like so, creating tension with the tip of our thumb that will go from corner to corner, and from here dragging the top card by pulling down with our pinky and then releasing it like so. But let's go a bit more in the detail, because it could be challenging also. Something that will likely happen if you are a beginner, if you never tried this type of moves, is that when you try to move your pinky and wrap the deck around, you probably will be shaking or your hand will be trembling, and that's normal, that's expected, because our muscles, especially on the fingers, are not accustomed to such a moves. So for that, what I would recommend you is to start with this exercise here. You put the deck inside the box, pretending this will be the situation we will start with. And from the same grip as I described before, we're gonna try to simulate that top shot like so. We're gonna try to enforce all the strength needed from all the fingers involved, especially with the pinky, as normally is the one that is giving me more problems. So we can try to make them as independent as possible and as strong as possible, so we can have a good understanding and build the muscle memory needed for us to perform this top shot in a confident and consistent way. Then once you're confident and you feel you are okay with it, then you can just get back to a normal situation with the deck of cards, getting into the position. And here, now we're gonna take a look on what is going on when we are dragging the car out and what are we aiming to. So here, when I'm wrapping the deck around and contacting the top car, what I'm aiming to do is basically this. This is kind of similar to the Cardini change with a slight change of the position of the fingers, but if you already understand how to do this, you are almost there. So if you are not really confident yet, something I'll recommend you is this exercise, going from side to the top like so, yeah, until you're confident and your hand is consistently going back and forward like so. Once we're here, as I said, you're almost there, and you only need to understand how to create the pressure that once it's released by the pinky finger, the car gets shot out. The reason why the car gets shot out like so, it's because we're applying pressure with the pinky, the base of our thumb, and the tip, creating this curve that is tensioning the deck, as you can see. And because we're releasing this tension while our index is also creating a pivot point, it's forcing the car to basically just get shot out in this direction, which is ideal for us because then we're gonna catch it and create this sensation of a car production. I know there's a lot of details that you have to keep in mind and it could be a bit overwhelming, so for a visual understanding, here is a slow motion sequence on how to perform the move. So from here, before starting to go with the whole sequence, I would recommend you to first try to shoot the car in an uncontrolled way so you'll know and make sure that you understand how to get the car free from the top like so. If you have a sticky deck, something that will happen is that you will get 1 or 2 more cards. This is okay. So something I will always recommend is to start from a fresh new deck or a deck that is not very much used. So from here, the exercise will be basically just to shoot it and understand how to position the hand so you will get a more horizontal shot or a more vertical shot. Keep in mind that also gravity is not helping us here. It will always tend the car to go in this curvy trajectory, so you can also play with the angles to see how this affects to the trajectory of the car. This is a good exercise for you to practice and get an understanding on how the top shot works. So now that we cover all the details we have to understand from the hand that will initiate the move, let's talk about the one that will receive the car. And even though it seems that there's nothing to talk about, believe me, what I'm about to share will make a difference whenever you're learning this move. The reason why I'm saying that, it's because coordination is key here. And it's important to mark a rhythm so we can execute all the actions in a coordinated way so we can ensure a consistent car production. Something I do from my experience is a snap. I know that once I do this snap, the right hand will do as follow. Because I know that after this, my left hand will initiate the production, will shoot the car, and as soon as it shoots, and because it's so fast, it's just a matter of a fraction of a second. So when I do this, my left hand initiates the move and automatically my right hand will receive it. So now with the car, it will look something like this. Instead of me waiting for my left hand to shoot the car and catch it, something I do is just to mark the moment when everything happens by the snap, like so. If I would do it in another approach, like I'm just shooting the car waiting for my left hand to get the car shot, it's still valid. But maybe as a beginner, to coordinate all this together will be maybe easier for you if you mark a rhythm or if you coordinate yourself with a signal, like for example a snap. Even though I have experience, for me it helps me a lot. Besides that, it looks cool because it's somehow that the car gets produced on command. It also helps me to mark a rhythm and to coordinate the whole sequence together. Besides coordination, something that's very important is to keep in mind that the hand that will receive the car should be as open as possible. The reason why, it's because even though we have a lot of experience with this kind of productions, it's never 100% certain which is going to be the trajectory of the car, because sometimes we do it faster, sometimes we do it even stronger, and this could cause the trajectory to get deviated, or depending on how we do it, just go slower than expected. So for us to anticipate and adjust to this kind of little mistakes, we need to maintain the hand as open as possible. This will allow us to just get as much contact surface as we can, so we can adjust accordingly if we commit a mistake. So now that we cover all the details and the actions we have to understand from the role of both hands, it's time to put everything in a sequence. So here, as I recommended in the beginning of this tutorial, is to always start from a fully square deck like so. To achieve that, we can already start from a mechanized grip that will always ensure that the deck is squared, and then from here change to the grip. But if you want to be focusing more on the presentation, because sometimes when you change the grip from a mechanics grip to another one, the cars could get a bit bevel or not fully square. So something I would recommend you that I do often is to just transfer the deck from hand to hand so I can readjust and already re-grip the car with the grip I'm supposed to. And as I said before, the grip is basically this. To my point of contact being the tip of our index, one side of the deck, then on the other, the tip of my thumb here, along with the base of it. And now, once we are ready and we are confident, what we are doing is basically wrapping the deck around with the pinky finger, so we are contacting with the tip of it, the top of the car. And now it's moment for us to create the tension, yeah? And for that, what we're going to do is basically press the deck against the base of our thumb, with the tip of our thumb also bending the deck of cards from corner to corner by pulling down, and with the pinky basically dragging the top card out until the tension gets released and gets the card shot out like this. And now putting everything together, what we're going to do is to just square the packet, put it in the right grip, and once we're ready, snap of the fingers, and we produce the card that's needed. From here, once we are confident, we can explore many things, like for example, producing 4 aces super fast. It will be very flashy and visual, so this could be an option. Something else we can explore that we will see in the bonus section is on how to delay the reveal of the card. Because as you can see, once we produce a card, the card that you just produced is visible instantly. And maybe for certain tricks, we would like to create a climax, or would like to make the spectators to get this idea or question, which is the card we just produced, by producing it face down like this. So whenever we want, we just reveal it and create the climax we wanted. So in the bonus section, we will see why, but if you already explore, you will see that by changing the angle, you'll be able to achieve something similar. So this is all the information you need to know to perform the top shot. I know that it could be a bit challenging, as this move is slightly more advanced than what I used to teach, but believe me, with a little bit of practice, you in no time will be able to perform it confidently and accurately. If you have any doubt, questions, comments about it, please don't forget to use the comment section, as I'll be very happy to assist you throughout the learning process. And now, if you feel confident enough, I think it's a good time to move on to the bonus section. As I mentioned in the tutorial, I would like to start this bonus section by sharing with you how to delay the reveal of the card. Because as we pointed out, whenever we produce a card, the card we just produced, it's revealed instantly. So for certain tricks, this works well, and for our magic tricks or other situations, revealing the card in a more slower way could be beneficial to create the climax we want. So to achieve that, what we're going to focus on is in the angle in which we're going to shoot the car out. Plus, we're going to keep in mind to give momentum, because as we will see, gravity is going against us. So we'll need to correct and adjust the trajectory of the car by adding momentum to it. So from here, you have to practice the move to understand which is the best working angle for your case and how much of a wrist motion you should add to make the car go as horizontal as possible. And also keeping in mind that the more distance you put in between your hands, the harder it will be for you to catch it. So you will need to adjust the angle and also the strength of the shaking motion. So you make sure that, as I did now, it just goes perfectly horizontal so you can catch it even though they're super far away from each other. I'd like to finish this bonus section by sharing with you what I personally think is a very interesting and cool application that you can potentially implement in most of the card effects you're doing. Being the easiest example, the card sandwich. In case you don't know what's the premise, we normally give a spectator to choose a card, they choose it, then we go through the deck and get the 2 jokers or the 2 cards that will hunt that card and sandwich it in the end. But instead of just doing that, we can just produce them like this, getting this beautiful and smooth image that we can then continue with by allowing the spectator to choose a card. If you would like this to be added in any of your effects, to do it is super simple. What you just need to keep in mind is to get the 2 cards you're about to produce and put one face up here in the second position and the other one on top, facing down like this. And from here, it's as easy as just performing as I taught you in the tutorial. You just perform the top shot and automatically the 2 cards get revealed, and then you continue your effect. So from here, there's no rules, there's no limits. So I invite you to explore these options as much as you can to see what applications or what variations you can do to achieve whatever you want to do with your card magic. And if you would like me to explore some of these topics and enhance them in a separate video, please let me know in the comments, as I'll be very happy to produce it for you so we can all explore together all the possibilities and things we can do with this type of card productions. So that was the tutorial. I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and if it provided value, please consider to give me a huge like. This will help me a lot. And by the way, this tutorial was decided by the subscribers. So if you would like to decide in the upcoming votations which will be the next tutorial you would like to see on this channel, please consider subscribing, as I will also be uploading many tutorials that will go from easy to intermediate to more advanced, so everybody will have a tutorial according to their level. And now, if you want to keep learning with me, I'm letting you hear this super cool tutorial that I'm sure you will enjoy. And again, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next one.